North Carolina Republicans vowed to defy the federal government in its allegations that the state is breaking federal civil rights laws. Now, the state's leading Republican lawmaker, House Speaker Tim Moore, told reporters in Raleigh that North Carolina would not be bullied into meeting the U.S. Justice Department's Monday deadline to change the law. So the federal government looked into North Carolina's anti-LGBT law, which of course specifically focuses transgender individuals and makes them use the bathroom that they do not identify with. And the federal government decided, hey, you know what? You guys are actually breaking some federal laws, civil rights laws. Now, the Republicans are saying, we don't care. The RNC told us we can do whatever the hell we want. So the Republican National Committee urged state legislators in January to resist federal policies that allow transgender people to use restrooms of their choice at public schools.
And Trump is embarrassing to them. Trump is the one who's embarrassing them. He's the one that, oh my, can you believe this guy? Where's the queer? I want to punch him. What's right? That Trump is so embarrassing. What's with these? That's the whole thing. It's like, who are you pretending to not like? This is who they are. This is it. This is unbelievable. This is 2016. Ugh.
So Oxford, Alabama was a city that decided to take these anti-trans laws and go overboard. Okay, so they were going to, if they caught anyone, they would give them a $500 fine and up to 6 months behind bars. And then they decided, oh, you know what? Actually, we are going to reverse this law that the city council passed because it breaks federal laws and they're going to come after us and it's a bad idea. So at least they were smart enough to realize, hey, you know, we're bigoted assholes, but we don't want to pay any consequences for it. So we're going to reverse this law. In the case of North Carolina, the Republicans don't care that they're bigoted assholes and they might face some severe consequences for it.
You know, the funny thing is, to Jimmy's point, I sometimes talk to Republicans now, and if you call them racist, they get super offended or bigoted or, you know, homophobic or whatever. They really pretend to be upset about it, right? And I was on C-SPAN and I called Trump a clown, and it was like fairly light touch from me, right? And like the caller was like, oh, how dare you? Come on.
Well, it was C-SPAN.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. So now that Trump is saying, you know, the dog whistle stuff with a human whistle, and people can, you know, hear him saying attacking Mexicans, Muslims, blacks, etc., they get to say like, well, I would never, right? Lindsey Graham's going around the country, Republican senator from South Carolina, saying that he's got the vapors, right, as Jon Stewart used to say, right? And
I do declare.
That's right. And so, no, you guys built the party on racism. I interviewed Governor Jim Gilmore. You should check that out on TYT interviews whenever we put it up. He was in the race. He was one of the 17 running for a president, right? And he was the former governor of Virginia. And he was like aghast, like, Republicans and racism? Why, golly gee, I don't know what you're talking about. He had to, when he was governor in the 1990s, pass a law saying, when we're celebrating Martin Luther King's birthday, we should just do it by itself and not in conjunction with Confederate generals. Okay, because Republicans in Virginia, all the way to the 1990s, said, if you're going to celebrate that Martin Luther King, and I'll be polite here, well, then you have to also salute the Confederate generals who were trying to keep slaves. Okay? What racism? I don't know what you're talking about. Bigotry? Well, I would never, right? And here they are. They're still doing it to this day. No, I don't care what you think you are. I don't care what you... Freedom? No, you don't get to have freedom. I get to have the freedom to discriminate against you. So if you're trans, you're not going to go into the bathrooms you want, etc. Now, I know we've discussed this in the past, but I was just at a YouTube Creator Summit for the top 100 YouTube creators, not a big deal. And one of them is Gigi Gorgeous, and she's trans, right? And to her, she matches up to her name. She's gorgeous. According to North Carolina, this blonde woman that would have to go into the men's bathroom. Okay, and if she did, all the men would be like, what's she doing in here? Okay,
I don't know
actually,
if they would react that way.
Probably they'd react in a different way. Those same North Carolina Republicans would be like, yes, right?
They'd be like, hey, I got a wide stance over here.
Right. But it makes no sense. She's a woman. She looks like a woman. She's a woman in every way, and you want her to go into the men's bathroom. And then women, the people who are born women who actually identify as males, and you cannot separate from males now.
Yeah.
You know, we've shown
Yep.
pictures in the past. They'd have to walk into the women's bathroom. Then you'd have a federal emergency on your hands. They'd be like, oh, my, there's a guy in the women's bathroom. We knew it, the liberals, the perverts. No, you put him in there. You see what I'm saying?
I know, it is kind of incredible, though, because in an effort to keep men out of the women's bathroom, they're allowing men into the women's bathroom. They're such fucking idiots.
Think of it like that. That is
It's almost as if bigots are stupid.
It's almost if.